is on top of
And a little leftover polka. Hi.
We can always use a little leftover polka.
Never have enough.
Hi,
Hollie.
Hi. I miss you guys.
I know. It's so fun having you here.
It was so nice to have you at the photo shoot. It was so great.
Really fun, and I learned a lot. And also, you two are both legit cooks. I mean, Debriana.
Oh,
Holy smoke, you guys! Orion, my husband asked me, and I was like, "Wow, those gals can cook." It was impressive.
oh.
Yay.
It was really fun to just watch you in action and do whatever I could to help. So thanks for
That
letting
was
me.
fun.
We had a good time. It was a great shoot. It was a great group. We were very blessed.
I can't wait to see it all come together in the fabulous cookbook. And thanks everybody for all your support. And boy, it was really made it all happen. And it was an incredible experience. So
yeah,
we're all a lot wiser thanks to Panina about photographing food.
sure.
It just really changed my perspective completely.
Yeah, we're shooting tomorrow with her.
We'll tell her hello.
We'll do a behind the scenes for the community of our final photo shoot, Panina, for this book, which is our headshots, and it's not food this time, so a little bit nervous, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
She was very generous with her time and her home and all her things. I mean, my goodness, we invaded for 6 days. I mean,
and her dog.
It's so cute.
Her cute little doggy, and
it was a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah. This is us today on What the Heck You Were Cooking. Woo!
Oh!
So this is.
People may have noticed that Debriana posted Romanesco sauce. Actually, we were talking about this, which
that lovely thing you may see at the grocery store and don't know what it is.
Yes.
We had a lovely friend of the family, Jewel Dennis, who texted both Hollie and I at one point at the farmer's market and says, "Girls, what the hell is this?" And we thought, well, maybe they'll do a show on that at some point because a lot of people don't know what it is. So Hollie, what is it?
I saw it at the farmer's market, our farmer's market on Sunday, and it's Romanesco, which is an old, ancient Italian broccoli cauliflower variety. So it has this gorgeous chartreuse kind of green color, these really intricate peaks, and this spiral pattern. It's beautiful to look at.
It's so cool looking.
As Shana says, they're fractals, Mom. If you know what that is, then you know what that is. So.
Then you and Seamus are on the same mathematical level, unlike his aunt and mother.
I just like it because it looks like green cauliflower.
It's really pretty. It's really beautiful. And you can buy at one of our farm stands. They have the orange cauliflower, the purple cauliflower. Mm-hmm. It's just really fun to cook with. The flavor of this is, as Franny would say, fabulous. I think it actually has more flavor than cauliflower. So
yeah,
be afraid. It's really easy. Just treat it exactly like you would cauliflower and broccoli. Today we're going to roast it because that's my favorite way. But you can also steam it just like you would your broccoli in your steamer on your just on your stove top. You can use it just like broccoli when you're making all of the, how they use cauliflower for all these crazy rices and, in your mashed potatoes and things like that. Our mom was telling me today that she uses this in her mashed potatoes. So you use less potato and you add cauliflower, right. But you can also add Romanesco and you get green mashed potatoes, which is kind of cool.
Okay. Somebody's put a very scientific something up.
That's some intense stuff, man. Okay, so they're saying
Trying to read it.
Lexical gustatory synesthesia is a rare form of synesthesia in which spoken and written language, as well as some colors and emotions, causes individuals to experience an automatic and highly consistent taste smell. The taste is often experienced as a complex mixture of both temperature and texture.
Wow.
Okay.
Really cool. That's really cool.
Okay. So we're just going to enjoy it.
We're going to cook this thing.
Yeah, we're going to cook it.
In the words of Julia Child, let's cook this thing. Okay. So,
oh, yes. We have a very good Julia Child quote.
So,
can't say.
You can also steam this whole because it really is a beautiful presentation, you know, if you have people over, which I assume will be able to now that I was vaccinated and my husband's getting
pretty soon.
Yay!
Congratulations.
So feeling really great about that. Being a food producer in California, we got in the second round of shots, so I was really thrilled. So
how exciting.
Yes, we need our food people, our food producers, our farmers, our farm workers, our restaurant workers, and owners, and waitresses and waiters to all get their vaccinations so we can open up again and get back to our lives. That would be fantastic.
Yes,
so,
the lives we used to have.
It's been
we were just talking about having a bonfire of the sweats. Don't you just want to take all of your sweats and have like a neighborhood bonfire? Get rid of them.
Oh, it's an well, don't you guys do the Zozobra in Santa Fe? We'll just build one out of sweats, right?
Yeah, we might actually have one this year.
We didn't have it last year. It was digital. It was so weird. It was weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting there. And California, which is unlike New Mexico, you guys have been much better. California's been a bit of all over the map and a mess, but we finally in the last few days have had some number shift and some counties went out of purple. Ours unfortunately still is in purple, but red is on the horizon. So
woo!
Hey, what are we? We're yellow. We're yellow here.
Yeah, we're good here. We're very lucky.
Anyway, all right, so shall we make this? This is super quick.
Yes.
So
okay, we're making.
You can also make with cauliflower and broccoli as well. And there are a million variations. You have to just think about the things that you like. Tonight, I'm probably going to serve this with some pasta for the kids and just put some olives and maybe capers in it and toss it with some olive oil and this lovely roasted Romanesco. So, so make sure you give it a good wash. Now, like your cauliflower, it's a head, so it has the bottom is the same. So what I like to do with that is I just try to pull it off what I can. And then anything else, I'm just going to take my knife and run it along the bottom.
That sharp Christmas knife.
It's a sharp knife from Japan. And we're going to get this, all the ends off here.
Isn't this one of the most like healthy for you, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory? It's like,
especially when you mix it with tomatoes.
Yeah. Today we're going to add a little tomato and garlic to it. So what I like to do with this, again, so you can do the exact same with the head of cauliflower, is once you've taken the bottom off, I like to cut it in half along the bottom here where the root part was. And that way, when you get inside, you can see sort of the Christmas tree.
Oh, beautiful. God, it's great to photograph.
I know. Well, I did take a photograph of it before, but what you can do is this way. What I like to do now is I like to cut out this centerpiece. So just run your knife. Yep, your core. Run your knife down there, and then just gently break it in half. And what happens when you do that is you're just going to get natural little florets that come out.
Okay, I'm learning stuff right now because I do it the hard way.
Yes.
One at a time.
What's that?
One at a time. Cut them off.
Well, and if you cut it too much with your knife, you're going to get a bunch of just these little teeny tiny pieces, and they're going to burn when you roast it.
Good.
So now just gently pull them apart and you'll have individual florets. You want them to all be about the same size. So when they're cooking, something doesn't cook faster than the other.
Now, what I do is take the core and all those leaves and I put them in the freezer and use them for soup.
Which is an excellent idea.
This is why you don't get sick, Debriana, because your soup stock is insanely
very good. It's very good. So you can see how these easily just break off. And so you just gently pull them apart.
The fractals come apart.
Wow.
I learn stuff on Corona Kitchen all the time.
I'm getting smarter.
And if you find you get a big piece, and it's a lot bigger, then just gently slice it in half so you don't have a lot of.
Yeah, we're trying to make all the pieces about the same size if you can, if you're going to roast them.
Okay.
It really, if you're going to, and also if you steam it too, because it's just like, you want the same size helps with the cooking time so that they all have an even amount. So you don't have some that may be too overcooked and some may be kind of raw. So we're going to keep moving along here. We're going to keep pulling our guy apart. And they're so pretty. These really are gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous thing.
It's really fun. Just to, like I said, it's Groundhog Day still, even though we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's just nice to have something different. Okay.
Different is good.
Okay, so there we go. That's it. So now we have our little florets and they're on our cookie sheet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for this tonight, we're sort of, again, this is a total Corona Kitchen. What do I have on hand? You could slice onions very thin, like on the half moon, and sprinkle those around. That would be delicious. But if you don't have onions like I do, you can take some fresh garlic and chop it up.
That's what I usually use.
And we use a little garlic.
Our mom has a tried and true. This is how she got us to eat broccoli. And this is what she does every time. This is if you're going to steam it. She does steamed broccoli with sea salt, lemon, Parmesan, and olive oil. That's just it. That's what
you put cheese on it and it's good to go is all I got to say.
You're done. You can have a bowl of that for dinner.
Yeah. My kids, if I put it's olive oil, vinegar, and a little bit of, like one of my seasoning salts. And that's it. That's what they like. And it didn't matter when they were kids what I put. As long as I did that on it, they would eat it. All right, so we're going to slice these tomatoes and add them. And these are going to really cook down. So what this is really going to make is just a little bit of a sauce when you toss it. And since I'm going to put this in pasta, this will be really nice to have a little bit of tomato and the garlic. I'll add a little more olive oil, salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Where is served? Okay, so we're going to lay these out. We're going to spread our garlic out here. And then this is not complicated. We take our olive oil. We're going to make sure we drizzle.
We're not measuring it. We're doing this.
We're drizzling, okay? Just to cover.
Drizzle.
Drizzle's a measurement.
And then we're going to take pepper and we're going to cover.
Just crank it.
Done.
Crank is a measurement.
That's a 3 cranker.
So Holly, someone's asking, what about serving these raw on a tray with like ranch dressing like you would cauliflower? You could do that too, right? You can eat them raw.
Right?
Absolutely.
They're hard. They're a little harder because those spirals are a little tighter. Cauliflower is a little more soft, raw. So make sure you try it first. See that you're okay with that before you serve it to your guests. The taste is very good. If I'm going to do them raw though, I'm going to slice them really thin. And then that way they'll be light and not as, you don't have this big old raw thing in your mouth. But you certainly could do that. I would slice them thin and I would toss them maybe in a little bit of olive oil and salt just so they have a little bit of something on them and a little flavor. But you could certainly do it raw, but definitely taste test yourself because I think people just think you can put stuff out sometimes and you don't taste it, and then you wonder why after the party's over, the only thing left on the platter is cauliflower or sadly it's Romanesco. So
I've often done a quick pickle on cauliflower, and you can probably do it too.
You can do that for sure. I just find that people don't find it as appetizing, and even if you even if you cooked it a little bit to soften it up, it's still not. It's not my favorite.
Pickle it.
Pickling it is much better.
Yeah.
Slice with some olive oil. Roasting it, you could actually do what we're doing tonight, and then roast and serve the roasted with a nice cheese spread or.
I gotta say that raw cauliflower is not my favorite rabbit food. Like if I'm gonna have dip and raw vegetables, I personally don't like it unless you do what you're saying, you treat it somehow.
Right, right. So it's up to you, and again, and up to your taste. But just my advice is just taste it first yourself. And if you don't find it appetizing, your guests probably won't either. So So here we are. We've done our olive oil. I used one of my my lemon and basil, Hollie's homegrown salt. So this is lemon basil is its own variety, so it has a nice bright lemony flavor, and it's not heavy anise like Genovese green basil is. So it's just a tiny bit of bright lemon flavor, but we're not putting any acid on this by putting lemon juice on it. That's it. Then you're going to take your best tool in the kitchen, your hands. You're going to toss and just make sure everything's coated. Okay.
Lovely.
And that's it. This is our very.
And in the oven it goes. What do you put the oven on?
So most time you're roasting vegetables, it's at 425. And this will go anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. My new oven runs hot, so I'm putting it at 400. But on the recipe, I'll have it at 425. And that's really it. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. And then through the magic of television, just so happy to have some done. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow, that's real cooking show stuff.
This is so fancy. I can't even tell you how fancy we are here. So I just wanted to show you because it's so pretty. So the side that was down gets this nice caramelization.
Oh, that crispy, yes. Yes.
And really good.
And it's delicious.
Yum.
It's so good. It's a lot. Sweeter is the wrong word, but it has a more delicate flavor than cauliflower. It actually has more flavor than cauliflower. It's a little more intense. And when you roast it, I always find it brings out that flavor. So
yeah, well, roasting will always bring out a sweetness.
Yeah, because you're caramelized. So that's literally it.